That one I don't dare to do, because that always sends me to another system. On low-level pirates, I can do that. That is always in the system you are. So that's... oh, they are cheap. Yeah. That is pretty much the only thing there was. Okay, that's okay. I don't think it comes up to the next one, so yet. But it doesn't hurt to check, no. There's a hauler and an explorer. Not a fighter. Nothing useful. E-class. Expensive though. And I know that because of the many slots. This one doesn't have a lot of slots, so price 133,000, that is very cheap. But it was only a B class anyway. So A class here, it had a lot of slots, so it would be around 4 million, 4.6 million. So yeah. Actually, now we got the pulse spitter. Can we get any upgrades to it? No. And I would say when I buy from the merchants, I only buy S-class. I do not. The only reason to buy C and B class and A class for that matter, but that would be a little bit expensive. But C class I might buy to get the wiring loom out of them, but that would be about it. It's my frigate. bound. What else? Oh, there's something over there behind. Okay. That looks very nice. Grassy planet, but aggressive center, so that's not really. Bountiful, that's coupled on. So let's go and have a look. Bountiful is almost paradise. But with the new things, there's always with the Permadeath, that was what I was going to say, there's always a twist. Sure, a lot of water. Water. I know this is not what I'm looking for, but it's a good flat place to land. Temperature is nice. So animals give a lot to scan when you have upgraded your what are you actually? Are you dangerous? No. Couple there. How deep is the water then? That is a good question. We could of course find out. So to be honest, I'm just picking up the words. Makes it a little bit easier when there is 3 words to pick up here. I normally measure water by one-way fishing. So it's 20 deep. don't have a lot of protection to go into the water, but yeah, should be fine. I'm saying should be because down there. Where'd you go? And of course, in water worlds, there's a lot of fish. What are you doing? Oh, little girl, what are you doing? Are you making a YouTube video? Oh, what was that? Okay, that was not something I really wanna. Fish I put there. Oh. Because it's not for sale. But only halfway, yeah. So we need to find some more cobalt. Oh, there's some on land as well. And there's probably caves as well, so it's not. I will say I still have to find the caves though, if there is. That could be a little bit more tricky than normal. I think cobalt is one of the most beautiful blue colors in the game. And blue is not even my color. That's a predator. Not that that matter right now, but so how much cobalt did we actually get out of it? 260, and we need 100. That is good. That is actually really good. Oh, not much really. I am slowly going through the Atlas mission. That's pretty much it. Trying to improve on the way. So apart from a couple of side tracks, then everything is actually fine. It is difficult not getting sidetracked in No Man's Sky, because there is so much to actually get around. So take that one first. So we can build that. And we are ready for the next Atlas station. Actually, I think being here might actually be beneficial to run a couple of the drop pods. At least that gives us some very cheap slots. And now is actually the time where cheap slots are good. Further away than it looked. Thing is, the more you can get rid of, the better it is. Not getting rid of, like, losing it, but getting rid of taking up space. That was wrong what I just did, but so Storm is gone, so that's good as well. problem is I need both kind of slots at the moment, so it's actually, I take the most expensive ones when I find drop pods, but apart from that, it doesn't really matter at this point because they are roughly same price. Well, of course, can you save a little money? It's not a bad thing. Repeat. What the? Okay, it looks more dangerous than it actually is. Oh, okay. Slowly getting all the animals, but I have a feeling the missing ones is fish, which lives in a very specific area or depth or both. That's why the question is always, is it worth spending the time to try to find them? I know some people say nope. It takes more than 10 minutes, it's too long. So, actually one of these are $33, 17. So this is actually better still. Okay. Supercharged, yeah. That's okay. That's okay. No complaints about that. So, what's now? I actually think that, oh, there was some, yeah, those I'm actually going to get. Not for the value, but for the trade value of them with the guilds. I'm actually for once in a good position on carbon, so that's actually nice. So what most people probably don't know is when your mining laser starts overheating, it actually mines faster. The damage it does to the thing goes up. And if you're in a crunch and want to hurry it up, then let it overheat. But when it gets fully overheated, it shuts down for a split second. So you actually have to play it a little bit, just let it go down a little bit, up again, and repeat. So that way, if there is semi-aggressive sentinels around, you can actually get it done a little bit faster than else. You see the numbers is higher when it turns yellow. There we go. And this is one of those kind of informations which might not be useful at all. And I guess that's why you come here. I said I was good with carbon. That doesn't mean if I can pick up a little bit more, then I'm happy to do that. Because that's something you need all the time. And that's the sentinels. So I'm going to pretend I'm doing something else. Scanning, scanning, scanning. There's nothing new. Oh, there's a red one up there. That was number 10, so now it actually starts getting close enough to maybe take a look at what number 11 and 12 actually is. Back to the ship. Up. There's more carbon over there, but you don't always want to to fight with whatever is monitoring you. That's so. What is the missing animals then? One is flying. No. 2 undergrounds. Not even fish. Okay. Underground. It's actually a little bit of hilly things here. So is there any underground here? Actually there is. So it is not sure we will find anything, but it's worth taking a look. Sacks. The thing is, I know they live underground, so there's an animal that way. I know there's hazardous plants on in multitude here. Now I only need one. I have an odd feeling that I should probably go the other way. However, let's farm all the hazardous flora. Actually check what this comes with. Dihydrogen. When I find platinum in these, that is too good to just leave alone. Weird part is I don't know if I'm doing the right thing here. It of course would be a place like this where it would be, but it is it's a little bit of an assumption because it might not live in caves with the other animal, or yeah, who knows. So it is just to find a red spot somewhere. So where is this going? Problem is that using your laser might scare any animals away. That is also a possibility. There's actually something funny with water like this. I was down in the water, there was nothing in it. However, now there's fish. It's tricky. Sometimes you can even catch them in a other cave by scanning them through the walls, but they have to be within your scanner range to see them. So, what you see here I'm doing, you can actually use that when you start a new save. Because going into a cave will make it safe for you. Come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Good. That can actually make the big difference between survival and death, because you can farm sodium and oxygen from those hazardous plants. And that's all you really need to survive. So, to be honest, I would like to find the last one because it's 3000 nanites. I can use that. But I don't want to run around while that is coming. So we need that on the starship, one cobalt that I have on the starship, that goes down there again. I don't have anything I have refined. So, was there actually any indication on uncommon underground, always active? That's a good question. That is a good question. Difficult to see. It is very difficult to see. So I actually think here. Can land here. Yeah, it's warm here. The thing is, if you want to find all animals on the planet, you kind of have to do it in one go, because if you start going away, you tend to never come back. At least that's my experience. You are in it when you are on the planet, but as soon as you get away, then it's a nope. Is there by any chance any red dots around? because even though it's on the ground, sometimes they can be found in the cave openings or something like that. To find so much sodium nitrate in one place. And again, it is assuming that there is caves. I don't know. I really don't know. I really don't know. It's a little bit, should I or shouldn't I? I'm not entirely sure what the best approach would be. Okay. That is not great. It did say this planet was bountiful, and it actually lives up to the name for once. So, I don't know. I don't know. Give me a red dot. Just one red dot, so I have something to go by. Doesn't look like there's anything useful, but at least we tried. Holes there, and they normally goes down to some cave system, so might be worth taking a look at that. Might not work anything whatsoever out in the range. Where were the holes? They were not going anywhere. No, of course not. That would have been too easy. Sack there, which is a cave. Hello, welcome to. So this might or might not be a failed mission I'm going on. Do you mean today or this game or in general? I played No Man's Sky for 6 years or something like that. This save is 20 odd hours in, so it's not too far in. And I have played computer games since 1980 roughly. So 45 years sitting in front of a computer. That's actually not wrong. It's actually true. I always found computer games more interesting than watch TV, so well, yeah, I think I have. I'm playing here on the Xbox Game Pass, and I think I have something like 3,000 hours or something like that. 145.5 days. It's counted out from in days. So, that's a long time. But yeah, I mean, it really depends what your interest is, because if you are not into game at all, why would you play? If you don't know how to get into games but want to, that's a whole other thing. And then there is actually people who can help you a little bit, among others me. So that's the question. But there is quite a number of streamers who's willing to help. Yeah. It's a little bit tricky, but it's actually not overly complicated. And the reason I say it's tricky is most gamers don't like, as this is an open world, that means you can go wherever you want. There's literally no restrictions. Of course you need to have fuel in your ship and survive, because it's also a survival game. But that part is relatively easy. You need to learn the basics, but apart from that, it is actually, yeah, it's easy to stay alive as long as you don't make stupid things. And of course, we all do that. It's not like we end up and everything is perfect every time, because it's not. sometimes something takes you with surprise, and yeah, then you end up dying, and but that's what many times make games interesting. You don't know what's coming. Yeah, no, I get that. But the thing here is that as it's open world, it's not scripted what you need to do. So you can choose whatever you want and take directions that interest you. And what you do today might not be what is interesting for you tomorrow, if that makes sense. The thing is, I'm playing on the hardest setting, and I have put some quite tricky challenges on top of it. So I have actually, I would not advise people to start like this, but that's just a friendly advice. You need to learn the basics first, but apart from that, I would say that's easy enough to learn, and there is a quite good tutorial that works in a way where you start up, and it helps you a little bit what you need to do, and find your way into the game. And it also open up and tell you what different types of things you can do. But you can, well, most people are playing as explorers, so they go out and explore. There is so many planets in this game, so you would never actually be able to explore them all. Yeah, that I had the same with that it started repeating itself, and many games turn that way, and then I don't find them funny anymore. I like new things, doing things. Sometimes you have to do things, but apart from that, then you can choose your own paths, and that's what I like with No Man's Sky, for instance. That you never get bored, even though some things is repetitive, because you get into routines and do things a very, very human way, and we are creatures of habit sometimes. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, as I said, most choose to be some sort of explorer, but you have options to be a bounty hunter, you can be a pirate, you can be a trader, you can be a base builder, you can be an administrator in a settlement if you so choose. You can jump from galaxy to galaxy. There's 255 galaxies which is open. There is 2 more which is closed, and that's you can only get to them if you have someone who has a base there, which helps you there. But there is something like 17 trillion planets, so, and they come in so many different types, shapes, and the creatures you meet is everything from, can be anything from dinosaur to the worst fantasy creatures you ever thought about, and that's where I find it's interesting, because you don't come to the same over and over again, and the worlds look relatively beautiful. Not all of them is, but that's for the variation as well. So right now I'm trying to find a creature that lives underground, and that is not really going well. It's difficult to put a name on, because I wouldn't be able to do that, but there is types of predators which is extremely hard to kill. And the last time I died was actually a predator. It was not the one which killed me, it was the environment, because there was a gravitational storm at the same time, and that the combination of those two things killed me. So, and as I play on the hardest setting, if I die, I lose everything, including my save game. So it's not a small thing to die. Go away.